What up, geeks? I'm going live with another unboxing. I got I got one big box in the mail from it. It was a diamond box, so it was just like holy cow. And it had two of these, and this thing weighs I haven't opened it yet, but it weighs like I don't know, it feels like a good 10 pounds. I mean, if I hit somebody with this thing, like it would knock you out. So I got two of these. I'm not gonna open them both because there's got to be at least 20 to 25 books in here. So I figured go through one today. We'll go through another one tomorrow and see how I did. So this was from Nostalgia Source. There's this little card, little sticker thing there. I won one of one of these boxes is going to have like one of the big ticket items that I won. It was kind of a cool game. Again, I addicted to these mystery boxes. And I didn't wait for Sean to join, so I'm sure he'll yell at me at some point. But the cool thing was is like you play if you get like into the draft. Like he was doing a draft. Uh, you want to see both Cap. I'll get to both today and tomorrow. I need to spread this out because I'm trying to peel back. But also, I'll talk also about selling out whatnot. But it was actually kind of a fun thing. So like if you can get into this Super Smash Brothers round to earn a draft spot, and then the draft spots, then you earn your spot on the draft board playing. The computer plays Smash Brothers, so it's kind of cool. I did not win the big key Grail piece. The Grail, somebody won a 4-5-5-5. I think it was a 4-5. A 4-5 Amazing Spider-Man number 50, the iconic cover, first appearance of the Kingpin, and she was super happy with it. So I was happy for her. I got a book I really happy with. Actually, I already have the book, but I wasn't happy with the condition. It's a key coming up, so I don't know if it's going to be in this box, but we'll see. So I'm gonna crack this sucker open, and we'll see. It is overflowing with books. So, jeez. All right, so I don't know what's in all these books because like it was just like I said, like a mystery dump, and then enter a win into the bigger book. So what the first book is The Last Annihilation, Guardians of the Galaxy, number 16. So got that one there. Let's see here. Gonna keep going through this. All right, King Spawn number 1. I don't know if this is a cover A or if this is a variant. There's so many of these. This is a Finch cover, so I'm not sure if this one was a cover A. King Spawn number 1. DC book Wonder Girl number 2. So we got that. Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes number 44. It's kind of a cool one. Legacy number 744. Enter the Phoenix finale. Let's see. All New Hawkeye number 2. Kind of a cool cover. Generations Iron Man and Iron Heart. That's cool with Iron Heart coming. Let's see. Got an AWA book. AWA Upshots. Upshot. Telepaths number 1. I don't know what that is. So I'll have to look into that one. So Amazing Spider-Man number 47. Jeez, this is just jam-packed. I don't even know. So Midnighter Annual from 2021. DC book. Image Second Chances number 1. Let's see, we got Silk number 3. This is cover A, I think. Silk number 3. Sorry for the lighting. It's still something I need to work on. Superman 78 number 2. It's kind of a cool cover with Gene Hackman. What is this? It's like, I don't know if it's a trade or if it's just a big book. Mother of Madness, #1, Emilia Clarke. Emilia Clarke's writing the book, so I don't know. From Image, another Image #1. Image #1s aren't bad. You know, they've a lot of them have been picked up. Oh, we've seen. God, oh my God, there's so many books. This thing is so big. All right, War of the Bounty Hunters, #1. So it's a nice book. Nice Boba Fett cover. War of the Bounty Hunters, 4-Lum and Zuckuss, #1. As I drop it, 4-Lum and Zuckuss, #1. We have Spider-Woman, #1. Oh, this is kind of cool. It's a Marvel 80th anniversary Journey into Unknown Worlds. Trying to get into some Marvel horror, like some vintage Marvel horror. Wolverine 10, Legacy 352. So it's a nice one there. Kingpin, #1 from Civil War 2. That's actually kind of a cool cover. Hobgoblin. All the villains there. That's kind of cool. Infinite Frontier, #5 of 6. DC book. The Scorched, #2, another Image book. Future Foundation, #1. Wastelands Hawkeye, #1. Old Man Hawkeye and old woman Black Widow. What is this? All right. Gotham Academy Yearbook, #17. Did not realize that they were doing a Gotham Academy series, but there you go. The Fantastic Four, 4 Yancey Street, #1. And we got House of Slaughter, #1, the non-foil edition. So, I mean, it's not a bad piece. I mean, geez, there was 20, I think there was 25 books in here. So 25 books. Some books definitely going to keep for the personal collection. Some of these I just don't know what they're about. I really do like this Guardians book. Seeing everyone battling I think that's Dormammu, but kind of cool. So, yeah. So there you go. I mean, that was one of the packages that I got. I got some more to open later on. Hopefully this week I'll be able to get to them all. Just been a busy few weeks. I've been doing some of my own Whatnot shows, so thank you to all those that have joined those streams. I do appreciate it. Had a really nice one last night. Sold a decent amount of stuff, and a lot better than my DC show. So a lot of more Marvel books and some Star Wars books on last night's show. Doing another show tomorrow night, so I'll probably record a video earlier with some with an unboxing if I'm able to get home on time. I have to work in the office tomorrow, but I'm curious out there what you guys, you guys like these unboxings. I've ordered more from Boxed Heroes, from Comic Tom 101, from Mill Geek Comics. So I got other boxes, not just Whatnot boxes coming. Do you want to see more of those? Are you interested in those kind of unboxings? Do you want more information on comics? Kind of like key books to collect if you're starting to collect, that kind of thing. A lot of that stuff too is really based on your opinion and what you like. Like, I don't want to tell people like go hunt this book down. Like everybody was buying House of Slaughter. Like everyone. I mean, I think I have like 5 copies of House of Slaughter because a lot of people missed out on Something Killing the Children, and this is the spinoff. So everybody went to go buy it to speculate on it because Something's Killing the Children kind of blew up. Is that something you're looking for? Like, indie books to go hunt, Grail books. So you're digging the unboxing and anything comic related. Well, I appreciate that. And I definitely will continue to go on that, down this trek. But also I want to kind of like talk about, some key point in collections, some books that, even though they might be cheap, might be great to have in your personal collection. Talk about some vintage covers, some good covers, different artists, because everybody kind of gravitates toward, the 90s, late 80s, 90s artists, right? So uh what's my what's my favorite 90s foil Spider-Man? Uh and why do you hate them? I don't hate them. I've got a couple of them up there. Um yeah, that's a funny question. Spoil rotten. Um I do have some thoughts on, like, some of the artists and some of the new artists too. Like, a lot of people are really gravitating toward like Peach Momoko and Rose Besh. Um, the Art Germ variants. Everybody, Alex Ross always does those, great covers. But for a time there, like it seems like, like you get one artist, kind of one cover. That's how we did it. In Cat. There you go. I mean, that's kind of where I was going with like all the different variants and different color covers, and a million exclusives. It's kind of getting tiring, right? It is so hard to collect. Because it's, I get one and then I don't have, the key one now that's selling for so much money. Or they're remaking, like, I keep seeing like Invincible #1 covers, and it's like, well, it's just, are they reprinting Invincible #1 and just slapping a new cover down? Everybody's getting their own exclusive. Every comic shop's getting their own exclusive. It's just a lot. Like, it used to be only the big comic shops. Now basically anybody is getting their own exclusive, and it's kind of getting getting a crazy. It's just getting crazy out there. There's so many covers for every book, no matter what number it is, seems like it has a multitude of variant covers, and I think it's kind of hurting the industry, hurting the market. Like, it's selling now. Is it bad that you like the green foil armor Spider-Man from the 90s? No. You know what? I don't. I used to own it. I don't own it anymore. That's actually a book I would love to get graded and hanging on the wall, because that green foil with the armor Spider-Man swinging through, love it. Love that book. I love all the 90s foil. It's great. The 2099 books, all the different ones. I have a bunch of them, so I'm going to be selling some of those. But like Ravage 2099 with the gold, Spider-Man with the red, Doom 2099 with the silver. All those foil books are awesome. Like 90s foil books, fantastic. Like I kind of miss some of that. Like the new foil covers seem like over, all they're doing is layering, something foil over it, and kind of, I don't know, doesn't always speak to me like the old 90s foil covers. But that Spider-Man, I think, what was it? Was that a Web of Spider-Man? I think that was a Web of Spider-Man, if I can, or the holograms too. I love the holograms. I mean, Spider-Man had one in every line. The black one, of course, was the Amazing Spider-Man one, and that one has the first appearance of Spider-Man 2099. I want to say Web of Spider-Man had the red, Spectacular Spider-Man had the blue. And if you didn't know, there's also variants to those second printings where the hologram is gold. So like they were silver holograms, but some of them had like a second printing came out with goldish holograms, which is crazy I didn't even know that they made different ones. So that's something cool to look out for. I would say, like, if you're going to start a collection, go get key 90s books to build up that collection. I really do think, I think people hated the Clone Saga when it came out, and now everyone loves it. Everyone loves Ben Riley. Everybody loves Scarlet Spider. Everyone loves those 90s books. Definitely go get 80s and 90s books, because there's a lot of them. You can get them for a few bucks a piece, and it's not going to hurt your pocketbook. And there's some great stories and some great artwork. Yeah, that's kind of gone on this weird rabbit hole, where I'm talking to myself, and Spoil Rotten and Captain. Thank you guys for chiming in. But yeah, so I'm gonna kind of go through there, pick out kind of like my 5 favorite books, and then kind of maybe throw in like 5 books that might have some speculative value down the road, or who knows, depending on characters that were created. Especially because we've seen now, like, with the Thunderbolts, Thunderbolts #1 I have it. I don't know if it's going to go up in value because that is not the Thunderbolts team in Thunderbolts number one. Thunderbolts number one's team that's going to the MCU is way different than the Thunderbolts number one team in the comics or in that Hulk. I don't even remember the number anymore. But in that Hulk with their first appearance, so it's like, is that book going to take a hit now because it's not the Thunderbolts team? We're not getting, Zemo in disguise. We're not getting all these characters in disguise. We're getting Bucky and Yelena leading the team. I mean, we figured Yelena would be in it, and U.S. Agent kind of filling that out, and we knew it would be a little different, but now it's not even. I don't think there's one character from that unless they add more later on, which they could because that movie's not coming out for a couple years, a year and a half at least, I think. If I'm correct on that, I think that's the end of phase 5. So, I mean, they get still. I still think we're going to get an Abomination in that. So, Cap, you hope that there is a Dark Avengers MCU movie down the line. That's a possibility. I don't know if they'll call it Dark Avengers or I think they're gonna try a lot of different things now because they've branched out. Like the Werewolf by Night movie. I think they're gonna go down that path, maybe kind of like a Midnight Suns thing, but not like the Dark Avengers where like Norman was leading them. It might be something different. And there's a lot of team names, that they could bring out and just kind of, I mean, like that's what the Thunderbolts to me feels more like West Coast Avengers than the Thunderbolts. So, it's kind of where my mind went to after I saw that the release of that team. It was more of a West Coast Avengers type team because they're not bad guys per se. I mean, nobody liked the U.S. Agent, but he wasn't a bad person. So I should run through my horror comic collection someday. Yeah, I definitely will go through that. I'm still trying to collect more. I'd like to need to dig out a lot of those. Those are all in other boxes, and some of them I got rid of. I want to try to refine a lot of the Nightmare on Elm Street books and stuff I used to have. And I had a ton of the Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash books, of course. Love those. And but I'm trying to get like real vintage. I got like some of the DC Ghosts books. What I'm hunting now for, and I was hunting before the trailer for Werewolf by Night dropped, but I was hunting for Man Thing in good condition. That's the hard part with a lot of these 70s books is finding anything in decent shape. Unless it's already graded, if you're finding it raw, it looks horrendous. And if you're getting it graded, you're paying through the nose. So, but Spoil Rotten, I definitely will do that. I'll go through. I'll do like a horror comic. Maybe when we get closer to Halloween, I'll try to pull out some horror books. I got a really cool Army of Darkness book coming, I think. Somebody might be gifting it to me. It was one that I saw in a Whatnot stream. So actually, it might have been in the second box. So I might open it tomorrow. So we'll see. Yeah, the EC comics are ridiculous. There's some Evil Ernie. I got like a Evil Ernie Chromium cover book. If you're talking 90s Chromium, I got an Evil Ernie one, which is awesome, which I'll share down the road because those are some awesome ones. Old Tales from the Crypt, awesome too. Cap, you're going to Las Vegas Comic Con this weekend. Oh man, good luck, because prices are going crazy. So try to look for those offbeat characters that have not been announced yet. Characters that have not been announced that are coming, but there hasn't been a formal announcement. Like Wonder Man is coming. We know he's coming, but there was no announcement yet, right? So that's it's where's that announcement coming? They're still probably working on Wonder Man. And I would say look for the offbeat heroes. I know a lot of people like the spec on villains. I don't like the spec on villains because villains books kind of like tank after the movies. So it's tough. But, here's a book also to look for. Look for that Avengers first Taskmaster now that Taskmaster's back. If they do a better job with her this time around in the Thunderbolts with Taskmaster, there's also a female Taskmaster book. I think it's a Deadpool book. I have to figure what number that is. But I believe it's a Deadpool book that has a female Taskmaster in it. So look for that one. That's like a $4 or $5 book, and who knows what that can do. I mean, it's a low investment, potential high reward. Same with the Avengers book with the first Taskmaster. I think right now it's probably at the lowest it'll ever be with that great green cover. I have one that's kind of beat up. Maybe one day I'll get to upgrade that one, but at this point it's going to be a while. So, but I have to go pick up my daughter from her her rowing team. So I appreciate you guys listening. I appreciate everybody commenting. And I'll talk to you guys again hopefully tomorrow. All right. Thanks. And until tomorrow night, keep it geeky.